Alpha Brain, what is it and is it worth your money? Stick around and I'll give you my honest opinion. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Shove, I'm a pharmacist here in the UK. Today we're talking about Alpha Brain. It's made by a company called On It. The company have been around for over a decade and been making smart drugs or nootropics before anybody really knew what nootropics were. The story goes they approached the now famous Joe Rogan, podcaster, UFC commentator, stand-up comedian, who's also a major shareholder in the company, and asked him specifically what would he enjoy taking, what would he like out of a nootropic blend. Joe said he'd like to take a supplement that would give him mental and physical edge to his daily activities, and thus Alpha Brain was born. They've got a pretty solid range of products in their roster. I purchased mine from X-Brain, which is the UK distributor for On It's products. I think I paid something like £35 for it. What can we conclude from all this? Alpha Brain have been on the market for over a decade, so they've been around a long time, and it's safe to say that they're a good, safe bet. They're a reputable company. Hundreds of thousands of people have tried the products. They've got a great website. In fact, I noted actually that they've been bought out by the Unilever group, so the company is doing very, very well. On It are making some pretty strong claims here, saying that it assists in mental clarity, promotes flow states, helps with memory and focus, and cognitive function. So a lot to live up to. So what actually is it and what does it mean for you? It's a combination of vitamin B6, herbal extracts, and amino acids. Now let's get into the ingredients. Vitamin B6 has a number of activities in the body. Here it's being used as an energy source. So if you're feeling tired, lethargic, if you've had a crap night's sleep, it's going to help with anything like that. It's caffeine free, so it's going to give you that boost of energy, that steady boost of energy throughout the day without the jitteriness that caffeine can bring. But also, if you're a caffeine lover, you can have your cup of coffee as well with it, so it's got that advantage. Secondly, it helps to make neurotransmitters like dopamine, GABA, serotonin. So if you're deficient in B6, supplementing with something with B6 in it may help to regulate your mood. The thing is with B6, it's found in most food we eat. So we're looking at things like meat, fish, vegetables, fruit. So you've got to have a pretty poor diet to be deficient in B6. What's the amount of B6 we've got in this product? 10 milligrams, which is pretty standard, and it's a pretty good amount of B6. Then comes what On It are calling their flow blend. So they're using a combination of 4 different ingredients here: L-tyrosine, L-theanine, oat extract, and phosphatidylserine. L-tyrosine builds neurotransmitters, notably dopamine, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. What does that mean for you? Increased mood, ability to handle stress, ability to focus. Research has shown that in stressful situations, your neurotransmitters might get depleted. Taking something with L-tyrosine in it can improve your ability to be more productive, handle stress, and focus. Where is it found naturally? Chicken breast, egg whites. Now in terms of dosing, it's difficult to gauge. They've listed the combined ingredients as 650 milligrams. But what does that mean for the individual ingredients? We can't really gauge that. L-theanine is an amino acid found naturally in green tea and black tea. Its function in this stack is to promote relaxation and to aid sleep. Oats are one of the oldest forms of cereal, and they've been harvesting them for centuries. You may know them as porridge oats. I love them in the morning. They can also be used as a calming nighttime drink. They can be steeped in water. So in this blend, they're being used to keep you calm and relaxed, but they can also show to help benefit cognitive function. Phosphatidylserine is a phospholipid found in some of the foods we eat. Mackerel, soybeans are the biggest source, then pork, tuna. It's a really good fat that helps to cover and protect some of the cells in our brain that carry messages between them. It's vital for cognitive function. It's already being produced in our body, but studies suggest that it decreases as we age. The levels of phosphatidylserine decrease as we age, so it might be wise to supplement with something with phosphatidylserine in it. There's a study which shows soybean-derived phosphatidylserine, PSP, improves memory function of the elderly Japanese subjects with memory complaints. Then randomly it's got cat's claw in there. I mean, cat's claw is an antioxidant found naturally in plants in South America. They've been used traditionally in herbal remedies for centuries. They help to reduce inflammation, but but in this blend, I'm not sure what it's bringing. Then comes what Alpha Brain are calling their focus blend, so a combination of alpha GPC, bacopa, huperzine A. Again, the exact quantity of each individual ingredient aren't specifically stated, which is kind of annoying. It tells us that huperzine A is 400 milligrams, bacopa is 100 milligrams, so can we conclude that alpha GPC makes up 100 milligrams? Alpha GPC is a natural choline compound found in the brain that increases the amount of acetylcholine in there. Here it's being isolated from soy. Again, as I was saying, the exact quantity of the ingredient isn't known. I'm guessing it's around about 100. Looking at the On It website, they say there is a wealth of research on this compound which supports a role for enhancing cognitive function, increasing strength, and stimulating the release of growth hormone. Looking into the papers they cited around cognitive function, there's this paper from 1991, wow, that's a very, very long time ago, where 32 healthy people took either alpha GPC or placebo for 10 days, and on the 11th day, either given scopolamine or placebo. Now, scopolamine is known for me as a pharmacist to treat travel sickness, so I was interested to know the history, the backstory of scopolamine and its kind of shady origins. So the trial group who were given alpha GPC were then given scopolamine, which put them in a zombified state, and then they were given a tension test. So compared to the placebo, it's supposed that the alpha GPC participants performed higher, the cognitive function was better. I would personally say that the sample size of 32, half of them given placebo, half of them given alpha GPC, sample size is so small that I personally couldn't draw any conclusions from such a small study. Then there's the claim on its website that increases athletic performance. They quote a couple of Japanese studies which highlight the potential benefit to taking alpha GPC on increased levels of growth hormone in the body. But if you look into the study, the sample size is just 8. I mean, 8. It does give us some info about the dosage ingested, which is 1,000 milligrams, okay. But again, if you think that only 4 people took the alpha GPC and 4 the placebo, the sample size is ridiculously small to draw any kind of conclusions from this kind of study. So secondly, they claim that it can increase athletic performance by increasing explosive power movements, in particular bench press and deadlift. But again, looking into the study cited the sample size of just 13. If you look, the participants are taking the doses home. The participants reported 100% compliance with taking the required doses. Draw your own conclusions from this one. I mean, college students reporting 100% compliance. Bacopa has been isolated from plants used in traditional Ayurvedic medication or medicine for thousands of years. So Bacopa has a lot of anecdotal evidence. Looking into the data, in particular a review of all the trials that had been carried out up to 2012, the conclusions drawn were there is some evidence to suggest that Bacopa improves memory-free recall, with evidence for enhancement in other cognitive abilities currently lacking, perhaps due to inconsistent measures employed by studies across these cognitive domains. I mean, draw your own conclusions. Bacopa, there's not enough scientific evidence for me to say that Bacopa can be used in this way. There's lots of anecdotal evidence to say that it can help with cognitive function, memory recall, decreased anxiety, but again, no science. Huperzine A has been used in folk medicine for centuries. It's extracted from a moss that naturally grows in Asia. It reports that it helps to stop the degradation of acetylcholine. So this helps with increased concentration, cognition, and memory. Finally, on its fuel blend, and they are L-leucine and pterostilbene. L-leucine is a branched chain amino acid. It goes on to make protein, which then goes on to make muscle. I've always sit BCAAs before and during my workouts. The evidence kind of says that your L-leucine or your amino acids decrease as you work out. So BCAAs are predominantly L-leucine, So by sipping it, you've got more amino acids in your body to be used as a fuel source, and it kind of won't break down your muscle. If you look at the MyProtein website, they do BCAAs. Their recommended dosage is 3.3 grams of L-leucine. I appreciate that this is being used as a pre-workout in this particular context. However, if you compare that to the 120 milligrams of L-leucine in Alpha Brain, it kind of puts it into context. It's probably being severely underdosed here. Now, pterostilbene is derived from blueberries. It's an antioxidant. What it's doing here, I'm not entirely sure. It's supposedly giving you an energy boost. Who knows? Now, what are my conclusions? What are my takeaways? My personal experience when taking Alpha Brain was pretty lukewarm. I didn't really feel much. I might have felt a slight energy boost. I might have felt maybe a little uplift in cognitive function, but nothing dramatic. So if you're going into this thinking that Alpha Brain will help you with your day-to-day and you'll become that kind of limitless character, you know, I don't think this is really designed for that. So if you're dipping your toe into smart drugs, if you are trying smart drugs for the first time, Alpha Brain is a fairly safe bet. It's got a really good safety profile. It's got lots of natural ingredients. You know, you're not going to really suffer any side effects from taking Alpha Brain. So it's a good entry point into the world of nootropics. Now to the cons. Now the biggest negative for me is that the exact dosing of each individual, the key ingredients weren't highlighted here. They weren't clearly stated. Now, I feel that the major ingredients, the key ingredients, are very underdosed in this blend. And then there's useless ingredients, phytostilbene, you know, blueberry extract, cat's claw helps with inflammation. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing in this product other than bulking out the ingredients list to make it feel more rounded, to make you feeling you're getting better value for money. I think you've got to give this product more than 15 days. The serving size, 2 capsules a day for 15 days, is really not going to do a lot for you. You've got to take this long term and see what the benefits are over a long period of time. And that's the biggest flaw with this product. It's massively overpriced. I think most people, I'd love to know if people have done the same as what I have. They've kind of dipped their toe in, because there's 2 pack sizes. You get the smaller pack size, the 35 pounds, yeah, you can stretch to that. And then you take it 15 days and not a lot really happens, not a lot really changes, and you just put it to one side. I think the field of nootropics is really still in its infancy. I mean, there needs to be more scientific information out there regarding dosage, safe dosages, timing of dosages, long-term effects of taking nootropics. You know, there needs to be more evidence before nootropics really become credible and hit the mainstream. That's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. All of it is much appreciated. All right, cheers, bye.